So back-to-back rounds from Big. They leave it really late. Incredibly late. To go in towards this A bomb site. They even drop the bomb with 19 seconds left. Have to go back and re-scoop it.
Terrorists win.
Ant-Man, the way I've been doing it is number 1 correlates to the player on the far left. Like on the HUD. So, for example, number 1 would be Note, number 2 would be Stown. And yes, it is like quite a little bit to keep track of. But as soon as you remember that, it kind of gets a little bit easier. But it is a little bit tricky, I agree with you. For 2, it is the saved AWP surrounded by pistols. Now for NIP. All Big need to do in a round like this is make sure they don't walk into a stack, don't trip over your own shoelaces. You just need to group together, you just need to trade. That is all that is needed in a round like this. It really is as simple as that. And Stown lets them know that the AWP is on A. Big find on towards Grix early. How many players did he see? That's your next question. They still want to take the fight in towards the AWPer. They're assuming that maybe he rotated away. That's quite typical. An AWP in a round like this will take a shot and rotate to B. Instead, it would be Big that bring it back towards the second letter of the alphabet. Note on the MP9. Tucks in the corner. Look at the rotates on the minimap. Snappy, Kaspersky, already here in time. Is there a smoke? There's no smoke. There's no smoke to cross. That means that CT's open, and that means that all these players are going to get caught in the crossfire. Kaspersky is able to get a kill with the 5-7. This is a disaster from Big. There's 10 seconds. There's 10 seconds to put the bomb down. Kaspersky's trying to do all the damage. Can he deny the bomb? No, he can't. Tabson's heroics with the Glock put Snappy in an unwinnable clutch, unless he goes dink for dink and bang for bang, but it's Favon instead that trades things out. And Big will rescue the round, but this is all over the place on Inferno. And currently, they look like the team that have only played it once this year. And breathe. And breathe. Flame. Hungry for kills, and he'll find them. One more's hit. But this is a really nice start. This was 4-0, and now it is 4-4. Big equalized proceedings here on this T side. Let's have a little look at the stats for NIP when they played Luminosity yesterday on Inferno. Because this round shouldn't be getting out of hand. And it is. Alright. Let me go look. So it was NIP getting 7 rounds on their CT side. It was the gun rounds that they were prevailing in. To be honest, it's actually a really impressive result for NIP against Luminosity. When you consider that they lost both pistols, they were superior in the gun rounds. Currently, the inverse has happened, where you've won the pistols, and now you're starting to lose more of the gun rounds. Studying the notes, it is playing. Understand how important this gun round is. Counter-Strike 2 at present is a game about momentum. You want to put as much pressure on NIP as possible. You've got to remember they're already a map down. You can see at the top of the screen. This is a 1-2 game. Loser eliminated. Neither one of these teams wants to go out this early. Only winning a single best of one? That's brilliant. Really good contact out of Stown. He's able to find a double, but Shush has fallen in the meanwhile. This is now getting really tricky. Look at where the bomb is, though. Maybe they can rush Blame F down. If they can, that's the bomb drop. Instead, it's Snappy, the in-game leader, walking straight into Blame F's waiting arms. Grix will find Stown. And Kaspersky's got to do it all in this 1v3. And it's Inferno. So you imagine what the outcome of the round is immediately going to be, especially with the money given the way it is, especially because there's no kit unless he goes all the way to the other side of long. That crossfire was perfect, and yet somehow, some way, it doesn't work out, and Kaspersky will not even walk away with the M4. Grix locks it in, 5 in a row for Big, and no money for NIP. Again, another one of these rounds in which Big can just assume even more authority. That is not the smoke you wanted, Snappy. Blame says thank you very much. And he can now use it to get in towards Pool. Can you see anything on the other side? No, not quite. Kaspersky very diligent about this. But I feel like with Blame F's positioning, you just pop. You just wait for the smokes to fade. He tucks his head out. Probably gets the kill on the 5-7. Oh dear. And then you go. They're still going to commit into this, our Big. 45 seconds. Kaspersky low. Dealt with by the nade. Spam. Only doing a little bit of damage over towards Snappy. And they're going to move. They don't like what they see. This is 35 seconds. And this is a little bit tricky again for Big, only because now a smoke gets dropped by Stown. You've got the up-down approach on site, and you need to burst through a smoke. You need to get these kills. This is really tricky. This is really uncomfortable. Big have completely overcooked the round. Shush and Snappy will find kills. And if Blame F just gets the entry onto Kaspersky, that round is completely different. If they commit in towards B, I tell you what, it's probably completely different. But instead it is NIP getting away with daylight robbery. Oh dear. Good mollies. Oh, Blame is in a lot of bother. The fact that he only takes like less than half HP is pretty diabolical. I didn't expect that. JDC now in the corner. Kaspersky jumping. JDC hears him. And the flashbang is brilliant. So Blame goes from entry to support in a blink of an eye. And Big are able to find the opening pick. Favon now lurks in towards the apartments. Shush, oh, this timing is uncomfortable. I have no idea that Favon's here. Oh, no. We'll know about it now. And this is, again, Faven just taking contact. Big take contact on one area of the map, and then they execute into the other. JDC drops the smoke in at CT, and actually no one's home. It is just Snappy, but he can't actually see what's going on the site. Spam isn't going to achieve anything. So Bigger in with 30 seconds. Snappy swings and doesn't find a single kill. And you're put in this position again where you've got the AWP that is the only one somewhat going for this round. I mean, he's just going to post and play for exits. NIP are going to save, and Big will find 6 rounds on this T side. I feel like you have to cotton onto this, though, if you're snapping. I know there's only 1 round left in the half, but Big are deliberately taking space on one side of the map and then immediately going to the other. But also, the reason why players aren't rotating is because they don't have any info. We're not seeing a top brackets push. We've seen a little bit of banana control in this round, but it gets shut down by BlameF and JDC because of BlameF's flashbang. We aren't seeing any mid-round proactivity. What did we see on Anubis, guys? We saw so much from NIP and the way that they were playing. They were really coordinating, getting opening kills. And that hasn't happened here on Inferno. That's why they've only won a single gun round. Big nade. Onto Big Blame. He now can't commit because of that volley. Flashback forward. Spursky now hoping for an opportunity, but he just gets removed. I mean, it's the BlameF JDC double trouble in Banana once more. No will at least trade, but then re-swings. There's no need. There is no need to re-swing whatsoever. And that could be really costly. Tabson could also just make a hero play. If he pushes the smoke right now, no one's there. But of course, how on earth is he to know? It's also a 4 versus 2, and you don't need to make that mistake. It's down. Well, that's the confirmation that Big need. Into A they go. 40 seconds left. Shush. Normally a really reliable anchor. Needs to multi-kill. Can't even come away with a single frag. And of course, this will be a retake for Star and go for, but I mean, he's dead. So that would be Big locking up things. That would be Big with 7 rounds on this T side. NIP were leading 4-0 in this game. And then they win a single round after that. Big incomplete control. NIP need a snappy masterclass on this T side of Inferno, or they will be eliminated from the tournament. We'll see how they fare right after this. back in the fight. Big have a slender lead. But considering they were 4-0 down, I think they'll be more than happy with the fact that they walk away the round victors at the half. NOP have got to get their T-side going. Remember, they lose Inferno. They are out of the tournament. And Big will continue into the 2-2 bracket. It's a congregation of T's over towards Banana. You got the double nades that are going to land CT that aren't going to do anything. Bricks now knows what's up. And the dual Berettas are able to take a kill. JDC will then follow through, but Shush will double down. So it is a 3-on-3. It's all even as the dust settles and the bomb gets planted. No, hopeful for a pick. But it'll be Shush that gets another. He's doing everything and more in this round. It could be both pistols here for NIP. If Big aren't careful, Blame F able to find the first kill, but he's so low. Shush will take the swing, and he's on for the ace. Favon immediately able to follow through, but look at the reposition out of Snappy. This is really smart. In towards CT, and Favon thinks he's on Banana. He can't believe it. The reposition out of Snappy, brilliant through the smoke, and NIP will walk away with both pistols on Inferno, but they are still down a round.